Okay, we are doing Focus Math Intervention, FMI, page 34. Put your last name, put your first name, and we will begin. So, what's the rate? Answer these questions about the graph. The following graph shows the number of hours that Samir works of the numbers of days he works. Okay, so that's not phrased correctly, but it is what it is. So it shows the number of hours that he works along with the days that he works. So for every 1 day he works, I'm going to assume somewhere around there. So these are not easy to read. We'll have to go with this one, 35 and 5. So that to me, if I do 35 divided by 5, we'll figure out how many. So is the graph proportional? Yes. The graph is proportional because it is linear and goes through the origin. Yes, the graph is proportional because it is linear and goes through the origin. What point can you use to find the constant of proportionality for the graph? So on this one, and that's what I was talking about earlier, on this one, the problem is that the points are not easy to see. They do not match up well, if that makes sense. So see how this one is not directly on two lines? It's not at a corner. So I'm going to run up this line and try to find one where it is corner to corner. And that would be right here. So I'm going to label this point like I've done before. And it is 5, 35. So that's the point that I'm going to use. What is the unit rate for the graph? Now, if we recall, to find the unit rate, that's the same as the k, which is the constant of proportionality. And we put our y over our x. The y is 35, so I'm going to put 35 over my x, which is 5. And I'm going to do 35 divided by 5, and I get 7. So the constant of proportionality, or the unit rate, is 7 hours per day. All right, I'm going to clear this. It says, what does the point 8, 56 mean in words? So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to look. The 8 is the days of work, and the 56 is the hours of work. So that means Samir works 8 hours in, no. Let me try that again. In 8 days, Samir works 56 hours. It does not have to be written that way, other than it's going to grade this way. And I wanted to make sure that my 8 came first and my 56 came next. My instinct would have said Samir works 56 hours in 8 days, but that would flip-flop the X and Y coordinates. So that was why I didn't do it that way. So this one is, how many hours does Samir work in 12 days? So we have y equals k times x. That makes that entire line. And so if I were up here, it does not go to that many days. But I can substitute in an x to find the y. So if it says 12 days, the 12 is the x. And then we determined the k was 7. And then that can tell us our answer. So we have to do 7 times 12. I'm going to use my calculator. Hopefully clear. So I've got my calculator. 7 times 12 equals, I get 84. So 84 hours. All right, that is the first one. The second one you guys are going to do independently and use the video to make sure that you have done it correctly.